What's going on? What's going on, beautiful YouTube family, worldwide, online? How's everybody doing? It's Maurice Trimble Jr., aka the role model here, and leave another video. And yeah, I really want to just, give a lot of people some motivational Monday. Spring break we're in the middle of, well, not spring break, we're in the middle of spring. And summertime's coming, slowly but surely it's coming. In San Antonio, Texas, right now, as you can see. Take a look at this. Beautiful San Antonio, Texas. You see, it's not a cloud in the sky. Not a cloud in the sky. Today we're playing the Golden State Warriors for all my NBA fans that love the NBA. So hopefully, Golden State will, San Antonio Spurs could put up a good fight, make it even. But we're going against them. Golden State Warriors, boy, and it's a juggernaut. Even without Steph Curry, they still hard to beat. Anyway, I wanted to leave a quick video. I know it's been a while. I've been getting some dental stuff together in my tooth, and I got an upcoming clinical trial I got to prepare for. It's going to help the revolution to get started that I've been talking about for so long. As you can see, I'm sporting my Revolutionary today, Revolutionary Brown. Look at this. Mr. Fred Hampton. If you don't know who that is, y'all Google his name, look him up, right? Look at this. You can kill a revolutionary, but you can never kill the revolution. Fred Hampton, right? Very, very powerful. That's true. You want to start a revolution, people. A revolution. Something that's going to be long here, even after you have departed, even after you're gone. Something that people can follow. Like, for instance, I'm looking to start a revolution of role models. We need more role models in the world, more people that are about making a great change, not just for our people, but for society, for the world, for the globe. Globalization is here now since the digitalization era is here. We can reach so many people. Like, I can shoot this video right here and reach so many people. So even though back in them times without social media, Martin Luther King and many people of the like having the civil rights era, have a 1 million man march, now we can have 1 billion people march online on their monitors of their computers or their smartphones. Amazing. Anyway, let's give you some points on this video I want to stress. One of them with Napoleon Hill, the second one with Tom Big Al Schreider, and then my thoughts on a revolution, as I was saying. Now, this is very, very important because we're talking about some principles here that a lot of people should really understand. It's going to help you out in your life. It's going to help you out in your business if you're an entrepreneur. Hopefully, that's what my channel is geared behind, helping people become entrepreneurs. Hopefully, if you're not an entrepreneur, you are looking at becoming one, or you're curious about it, want to know more about it, being your own boss, being someone that's making a great change, having a movement, a culture, as my funnel hacking mentor Russell Brunson talks about, having a culture of a movement of people, right? Anyway, let's get to the Napoleon Hill, right? One of my many mentors. Number one is if you watch the one that is ahead of you, and you'll learn why he is ahead. Then you just emulate him. Simple, right? That's the title of that, I would say. Watch the one that is ahead of you and learn why he is ahead, and then emulate them or model them. That's another word for emulate, model them, right? Now, Napoleon Hill says one of the sweet ways to achieve success, or the surest ways, I should say, to achieve success is to observe the actions of successful people. Observe the actions of successful people. And then determine what principles that they regularly employ. And then just use them for yourself, for your own benefit. Right? The principles of success, as Andrew Carnegie said. Now, Andrew Carnegie, if you don't know, he's one of the many people who have molded and made Napoleon Hill who he is today. He gave Napoleon Hill his opportunity, right? Very vast real estate, steel mogul. Probably you would call him the grandfather of the steel industry. Andrew Carnegie, right? The wee little man from Scotland that turned out to be the masterful grandfather of the steel industry, right? But anyway, to get back on the point, as Andrew Carnegie said, the principles of success, are definite. It's very real, and they can be learned by anyone who is willing to take the time to study and apply them to their own life. It's simple. You ask how to be successful, here's how. Look at someone who is successful, emulate them, learn from them, see what they're doing in their day-to-day regimen, their day-to-day routine. And then, as you study them, take that time to continually study them and then apply to your life the things that they've done. Simple, right? Make it your own. Don't copy. Don't copy here, like plagiarism. We're not talking about copying. We're talking about modeling. We're talking about emulating, which is modeling them. You know, you want to copy their process, copy their procedure. It's kind of like funnel hacking. And that's where funnel hacking comes from, actually. You know, you want to emulate, you want to model after success, right? That's what Andrew Carnegie says, you know, per Napoleon Hill. Now, if you are truly observant, Napoleon Hill says that you'll also find that you can learn something from almost anybody that you meet. You hear that? Anybody that you can meet, you can learn something. It doesn't matter who it is, right? Even if it you know what, let me adjust this right here. You can learn something, but anybody that you meet, right? And it's not even necessary that you know them. That's the key part, right? You don't have to know the person to learn from them, right? Anybody that you meet, you can learn from them, even if they're dead and gone, if they've left the land of the living, right? So, like hints, as what I talk about all the time, my first mentor, hopefully you all can hear me okay, right? My first mentor was Napoleon Hill, right? Napoleon Hill is no longer alive. Andrew Carnegie is no longer alive. Jim Rohn, Zig Ziglar, Earl Nightingale, right? These are individuals I learned from, masterful mentors. They're no longer alive, but yet I still have learned from them. And that's the same thing what we're talking about for you, right? Learn from those who are alive, learn from those who aren't alive. Why do you think that Tai Lopez, right? Why do you think he reads so many books? Right? To learn the principles and the accolades and things like I do, that's from those people that are dead and gone, that have left the land of the living, are no longer alive. Same thing with Grant Cardone. Same thing with Gary Vee. All of these individuals, there's so many I can name. You think they got to where they are, folks, just by spite? No. All of these individuals have learned and applied in their life the necessary things from those who are no longer here, right? And they've learned to apply those principles and success. They've modeled it, and then they've created a brand, created a following, created a movement, something that's their own. That's the same thing you should do, right? So remember, study those people, study their lives that's successful, then learn to apply them to your own life, those specific principles that those people use to achieve their greatness. And you will be great, my friend. Simple, right? Now, let me give you some words from Tom Big Al Schreiter. Tom Big Al Schreiter and Tim Sales, these are two people I highly suggest that you look up, Google their name. You can learn a lot from them. But Tom Big Al Schreiter, these are masterful trainers in the network marketing space, have hundreds of thousands of distributors across the globe, right? Building their brand, their business. But they've trained them. They're all about training people's philosophy to change, training people to say the right words, to have new words, right? Tom Big Al Schreiter says that it's about changing bad attitudes, right? Changing bad attitudes can be very hard. I mean, one of the hardest things in the world, very, very hard to change a bad attitude, right? But here's an example of some people's parents I can recall. They tried for 20 years, 2 decades, to change their children's bad attitudes, you know, their bad habits. And they just couldn't do it. They just couldn't do it, right? That's what Tom Big Al Schreiter says. Couldn't be done. And in doing so, here's one thing that they always have to remember, have to recall. One shouldn't expect change to happen overnight. Change does not happen overnight. That's why patience is so crucial with that. It's like the old cliche, Rome was not built in one day, right? We know this. So change does not happen overnight. It takes time. It takes patience and it takes time, right? But here's some quick things. There are 2 quick things that you can do as of right now, right? That you can implement that can immediately help to change. It could change a negative person's attitude. It could change a negative team member's attitude, whether it's for yourself, whether it's for yourself, whether it's for your team, whether it's for your children, your family. It could be used. This principles of what I'm talking about right here can be used for pretty much anybody, your family, your children, yourself, your team, and network marketing, your team and your business. It could be used for you. It definitely should be used for you first, more than anything, right? And what that is 2 things. Number 1, personal development. That is number 1. That's what I learned first. I myself learned personal development first. That's before my bank account even started to see any money. I remember going back, and not to digress, but going back, my first entrepreneurial venture that I got into, first company, went down under. The company itself went down under in North America. It failed. It closed its doors, shut its doors. But what I learned from that company is 6 to 9 months that I was there, didn't make a whole lot of money. But I made a powerful impact, it did, on my mind, because I studied and learned and learned. I got so much personal development and got introduced to these names that I just dropped on this video. A lot of the names of individuals, that I did not know before. And it helped me to now be introduced to them. Now I am a connoisseur of everything that they do and every person that they follow, right? So that's how my bank account started to change. That's how I got retired young. That's how I got wealthy, rich, things of this nature. These things came. I never had to worry about a job anymore because I grew my mind first. But it starts with personally developing yourself. You have to go through personal development. I highly, highly recommend it to anybody that's looking to be successful. That's number 1. Number 2, association with positive people. I say it again. Association with positive people. People that are always smiling, always positive, always uplifting, motivating, always looking to achieve success, to be bigger and better than what they are, right? You have to be around people like this. So let's stress the personal development, right? It's really just about exposure to new thoughts that creates new beliefs. Like Russell Brunson talks about, breaking down bad beliefs, breaking down belief patterns and things of this nature, breaking them down and then rebuilding them up, right? Because it's like, think about this, like I'm born and raised in Las Vegas, Nevada, so I've seen plenty of drug addiction. I've seen plenty of, can you hear me? Hopefully you can hear me okay. I've seen plenty of drug addiction, seen plenty of alcohol addiction. And these are situations that people can change. It could change. I've seen it. But it has to be something there that can fill the void. You can't think about like a drug addict or an alcohol addict. Once you replace that bad with something good, they'll change. But if you don't have anything to replace there to fill the void, they're going to go back to it. Think of this. If you have a lot of this is an example. If you have a lot of bad furniture in your house, bad furniture, and you empty the whole house, right? And you're sitting there with nothing in the house, right? Okay. What are you going to do? If you just took all that furniture to the garage and you're sitting there, empty furniture, eventually you're going to go back to the garage and bring that bad furniture back in. Even if you're waiting on new furniture, you're going to go bring the bad furniture back in because there's a time limit there. There's a time dispensation. There's a gap, if you will. So you're going to bring the bad furniture right back in because there's nothing to replace. They put new there, right, to fill that gap. Same way it is with your mind, right? That bad furniture in that example could be like bad habits and all bad ideas and bad beliefs, anything like this you took out into the garage, right? But if you don't have the new furniture, the new beliefs, right, in that example of your mind, if you don't put new thoughts, new beliefs, encourage a habit of like reading good material and listening to good material, inspirational and motivational material. If you're not putting that information in your mental faculty here, it's just like that bad furniture. You're going to bring all those bad habits back again. You know? So that's why you want to make sure that you don't just take away the bad. You got to have some good to put there to replace. You got to have something there. It can't be just empty space, right? Hopefully it does that. Does that make sense? Hopefully everybody's getting that. You know, that makes sense, right? So personal development is key. If you want to grow your bank account, if you want to have a better life, better success, better things, if you want to have for your kids, for your family, for anything, you need to have an understanding that you have to have personally developed you. Your bank account and your wealth don't grow unless you grow yourself. You know, y'all know I'm a lyricist, you know, so far as a songwriter, recording artist. So that's a lyric for you, right? To grow your wealth, you got to grow yourself. Make sense? Remember that. Now, number 2, association with positive people. You have to understand this point, people. You know, by nature, we want to fit in with the group. We want to be in. Remember that commercial back in the old days for anybody that's past their 30s, like I am? That I'm in with the in crowd. It was an old commercial back in the day. The dude said, I'm in with the in crowd, right? Everybody you could think of wants to be connected with someone, wants to fit in, whether it's to society, whether it's to a spouse, a partner, business, a movement, whatever it is. Everybody wants to fit in, right? By nature, we want to fit in with the group. So you need to help people to associate less with the negative people. Right? People need to have more friends who have positive and better attitudes. Right? Got to have a positive and a better attitude. You can't have a negative attitude. Right? Jim Rohn said this one time, and I'll never forget. He said, "Imagine me being a man with your mental faculty. What you pour in your mental faculty says volumes for who you're going to become." So Jim Rohn said, can you imagine having a positive outlook on life and then dumping some trash, like a trash can, into this mind that's positive and thinking that it's going to get a positive outcome? It can't be done. That's what Jim Rohn said. It can't be done. You can't put trash in your brain thinking that you're going to get nothing but great positivity to come out of it. It doesn't work that way, right? You have to put good, positive information in your brain to get a better outcome. You can't put negative into your mind thinking that it's going to be positive, the outcome. It doesn't work that way, right? So the same thing happens with yourself, with personal development, with association with positive people. Those 2 points are very, very key. So hopefully that you all understand that those 2 points. Very powerful, very paramount, very positive key. Remember, it's the key. And KEY, key, can stand for keep educating yourself. Keep edifying yourself, right? That's the key. So, with that being said, hope you all having a good day. Hope you all stay too blessed to be stressed and obsessed with success. And not only that, but remember, be that role model that others want to follow. Be the role model that the world should want to follow. That's the motto, right? One more time, remember, you can kill a revolutionary, but you can never kill the revolution. Fred Hampton. Very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. All right, with that being said, God bless, and have a good day, everybody. One love.